Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're a Pokémon fan, and let's be real, who isn't? You probably have a soft spot for the face of the franchise. The one and only This little electric mouse has been capturing hearts for decades with its adorable cheeks, its signature Pika cry, and its unwavering loyalty to Ash Ketchum. We've seen it on lunchboxes, backpacks, video games, and giant parade balloons. Pikachu is a global icon of cuteness. But what if I told you that the story behind its name isn't quite the fluffiest feel-good tale you'd expect? What if the origin of Pikachu is actually, well, a little shocking? And no, that's not just an electric-type pun. Today, we're diving deep into the surprisingly complex and not-so-cuddly etymology of the world's most famous So grab your Pokédex, and let's get started. First, let's break down the common assumption. For years, the widely accepted story has been that Pikachu's name is a simple combination of two Japanese on. Pika is the sound of a spark, or a flash of light, which makes perfect sense for an electric type, and CHU is the sound a mouse makes, kind of like squeak in English. So, Pika CHU equals sparkle squeak. It's cute, it's simple, and it fits the character perfectly. This is a story that has been circulating online and in fan communities for as long as I can remember. It's the official explanation you'll find in many interviews and publications. Case closed, right? Well, not exactly. The story gets a lot more interesting when we look at the original designer of Pikachu, the brilliant Atsuko Nishida. In an interview from a few years back, Nishida dropped a bombshell that sent ripples through the Pokémon fandom. She revealed that when she was first creating the character, she wasn't thinking about a mouse at all. Her initial inspiration was actually a squirrel. That's right. Let that sink in for a moment. The iconic electric mouse was originally conceived as an electric squirrel. Nishida explained that at the time, she was really into squirrels and wanted to have one as a pet. She found their puffy cheeks and long, expressive tails particularly charming. So, when she was tasked with creating a cute monster with electric powers, her mind went straight to squirrels. She designed a character with big, chubby cheeks for storing electricity and a long, lightning bolt-shaped tail. The mouse association, she clarified, came much later, added by the Pokémon Company executives to better categorize the creature. So, if the CHU part wasn't originally from the squeak of a mouse, where did it come from? This is where the story takes a darker turn. The interview revealed that Pika does indeed come from Pika Pika, the Japanese word for sparkling or flashing. No surprises there. But the CHU part? It wasn't about a mouse's squeak. Nishida needed a sound to pair with Pika, and the sound that came to mind was CHU. But why that specific sound? The inspiration came from a different kind of Pika, a much more serious one. Pika is also part of the term Pika. This is a Japanese colloquialism used to describe the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 1945. Pika refers to the brilliant, blinding flash of light from the explosion, and Don refers to the thunderous boom that followed. It's a term deeply embedded in the historical trauma of Japan. Now, let's connect this back to Pika. While Nishida didn't explicitly state she was referencing the atomic bomb, the word association is powerful and hard to ignore, especially for a Japanese audience. The name combines the sound of a brilliant flash of light Pika with a cute-sounding suffix, CHU, but the underlying connection to Pikadon adds a layer of unexpected gravity. Think about it from a design perspective. Pikachu is a creature that stores immense electrical power in its cheeks and can unleash a devastating thunderbolt. It's a being of immense, almost destructive energy, contained within a small, cute package. This duality of cuteness and raw power is a central theme in many monstertainment games. But with the Pikadon context, it takes on a whole new meaning. The name itself becomes a metaphor. A bright flash Pika, followed by a sound. Kashu representing a creature that is both adorable and capable of immense destruction. It's not just a sparkle squeak anymore. It's a flash boom packaged as a children's character. This interpretation isn't just a wild fan theory. It's been discussed and analyzed by cultural critics and scholars who study Japanese pop culture. They argued that post-war Japan often processed its national trauma through media, including manga and anime. Giant monsters, or kaiju, like Godzilla, are the most famous example. Godzilla was born from nuclear radiation, a monstrous embodiment of the fears surrounding nuclear power and weaponry. Its destructive rampages through Tokyo were a direct allegory for the devastation of war. Could Pikachu, in a much subtler, more family-friendly way, be a distant cultural descendant of the same theme? Instead of a terrifying monster, we get a cute one. The fear of atomic power is transformed and repackaged into something manageable. Something you can befriend, train, and control. Pikachu's Thunderbolt is powerful, but it's a power that, in the hands of a responsible trainer like Ash, is used for good for battles, for helping others, for forging friendships. It represents the taming of a destructive force, turning a potential threat into a positive and productive energy source. This reframes the entire character. Pikachu is no longer just a cute companion. It becomes a symbol of resilience, of a culture processing a profound historical event and finding a way to move forward. The destructive potential is still there, acknowledged in the name's subtle undertones, but it's overshadowed by the character's positive, life-affirming nature. The Pika Flash is not one of destruction, but of a bright, energetic, and hopeful future. Of course, the Pokémon Company has never officially confirmed this interpretation. Their public-facing explanation remains the simple Pika for Spark and Chu for a mouse squeak, and that makes perfect sense from a marketing standpoint. You don't exactly want to brand your multi-billion-dollar children's franchise with overt references to atomic weaponry. The Sparkle Squeak story is clean, easy to understand, and, most importantly, universally cute. It works for a global audience that may not be aware of the deeper linguistic and historical context of the word Pike. But the creator's own words open the door to this more complex reading. Atsuko Nishida's admission that the mouse idea was an afterthought completely unravels the Sukumen squeak theory. It forces us to look for another origin for that sound, and the connection to the historical term, while unsettling, is linguistically and culturally plausible. So, what does this all mean for us as fans? Does it make Pikachu any less lovable? I don't think so. If anything, it makes the character even more fascinating. It adds a layer of depth and complexity that most of us never knew was there. It shows that even the most seemingly simple and innocent pieces of pop culture can have intricate, sometimes somber, origins. Pikachu is a masterclass in design, a perfect blend of cute and cool, but its name might just be its most brilliant feature, a name that works on multiple levels. On the surface, it's a catchy and adorable sound that children all over the world can easily pronounce. But just beneath that surface, it may hold a powerful echo of history, a quiet commentary on power, destruction, and renewal. It's a reminder that art and entertainment don't exist in a vacuum. They are shaped by the culture, history, and experiences of their creators. The story of Pikachu's name is a story about Japan, about how a nation can channel its most painful memories into creating something that brings joy to millions. It's not the cute story we all thought it was, but in many ways, it's a much more powerful one. It's a story of turning a flash of devastation into a spark of hope. What do you guys think? Does this change how you see Pikachu, or do you think it's just a coincidence? A case of fans reading too much into a name? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear your take on this. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.